How to use Google Sites for blogging. Hey everyone and welcome, I hope you are all doing great. In this video I will showcase step by step how to use Google Sites to start your own blog. Now Google Sites is not necessarily designed to actually create a blog within it, but we can actually manage and I'll show you exactly how to do it. It's going to be very easy and simple, it's not too complicated. It's just going to take a little bit more steps than you would take with other platforms. But it's going to be very simple and easy if you just follow along and you will get it right away. So let's actually get started. So you just go ahead and navigate to sites.google.com and just go ahead and add or create a blank site. So we are going to be starting from scratch, so completely from scratch. So let's actually go ahead and do it. The first thing that we will need to do is go ahead and give our site a name. We can just name it My Blog. And in here, we can go ahead and give our homepage a title. Usually, you would just give it the title of your blog. So our blog is going to be about colors for the sake of this example, and we can just go ahead and keep it this way. Now with text, you will be able to change the size. You can make it bold. So for example, let's make it bold. We can make it italics, and we can give it underline and so on. So for example, let's say I want the text to be black, so we can just go ahead and do this, and now our text is black. You can move it around if you want, and you can also make it bigger or smaller. And also the alignment stuff is in here. Now for the site bar over here on the top, we can add a logo by just clicking on it. We just click on upload, and we can upload our logo. But for the sake of this example, I will just delete it. I'm not going to keep it in here, but it's up to you, completely up to you whether you want to upload your logo or not. So now we have our logo done, and we know how to adjust the text. Next up, we will go to the banner image here and actually change it. So we will go ahead and click on here, image, upload, and we just upload an image as a banner image. So I'll be just using this image by Mortiz for the sake of this example. And now we can see we have a little bit of a problem. The text now is black, and so is the background, so it's not visible. So we can just go ahead and select it and make sure we select the color white for it. So this is much better. So now we have our banner ready. So next, we will go ahead and add elements to our homepage for our blog. So now think about it. For a homepage for the blog, what would you really have? You would have a preview for all the blog posts that you actually have. That could be an image, image with text, or text only, completely up to you. But I prefer to have image, and underneath it, the blog post title. So to do so, we will just drag one of those elements in here. Either the 2, 3, or 4. I prefer to keep it 4. So to do so, if you want the other 2, is completely fine. But I would just be doing the 4 one. So I would just drag and drop it. And we can see now we have 1, 2, 3, 4 elements here to edit. So let's actually edit each one of them. So to make it so this is a blog post, this is a blog post, this is a blog post, and this is a blog post. So let's start with the first one. Let's add an image to it. So let's say I want to add a blog post or create a blog post about the color purple. So what I would do is actually add an image, click on upload, and just give it the color purple image. And then underneath, we will just click here and give it a title. So we just go purple, which is the blog post title. So if it's about like nature, you just type in nature and give it a image about nature. This is just going to be a preview, so we're not going to add too much. So we can just go ahead, select it, make it bold, and make it a little bit bigger, size 14 maybe. Yeah, I think that looks nice. And let's add more details to it. So maybe a preview or something. So if we just go here, here, down here. Okay, that's so unnecessary. You can just go up. There you go. Yeah, actually one more. Okay, so we can just type in something like this is a blog post about purple, and we can do something like read more. Now what we can do is, let me just turn off the boldness for this. Now what we can do is actually link these two phrases here or words to the actual blog post once we create it. So I will do that for personal preference, and I will show you how to do it. And let's create another one now. Let's add another image. Let's say it's about green. We add the title green, and again we just go ahead and type in a blog about green, or just green, and read more. So we make this bold, and we also make this bold, and we make the entire thing size 14, and so on. We go ahead and finish up this row and add more elements to it, as in blog posts. And if you want to add more, we can just always drag and drop this down here and add it. So let me actually delete it. I don't really need it. So let's actually go ahead and create the blog post, because so far we just created the home page and the preview for the blog post. So in order to create a blog post, we will need to go to pages on the top right, and we will need to click on the plus icon and click on new page. We will give it a name, which is going to be the name of the blog post, so purple, and we just click on done. And now we have our new page. And if you notice, we have a navigation bar now because we have more than just one page. And if you add more pages, it's going to also add in here. And we don't really want that for our blog posts. We don't want them to be in the navigation bar. So to hide them, we just simply click on the three dots next to them, the blog posts, click on them and hide from navigation. And because it's only one element, it's not going to even show on the top right now. So let's actually go ahead and set things up here. So we would want to change the banner image for something that is more suitable. So we, for the sake of this example, again, purple, and we can just change this to be more bold or something. It's completely up to you. And now let's actually add elements to it. So we go back to insert. Let's say we want to add a picture, because usually you start a blog post with an image, a scenery image, or whatever related image. For the sake of this example, again, you guessed it, I will just add purple. We can centralize it like so, or at least try to, like so, and we can just make it bigger so it's actually more centralized. We can just make it more horizontal, like so, and we can make it a little bit smaller. And now we can, after we add an image, we can add, for example, a text box. So we just click on the text box, and here we can go ahead and insert some text. So, or this is a blog about the color purple, and so on. And we already talked about what we can do with our text stuff here. So we can increase the size, decrease it, make it italics, make it underlined, change the color and stuff, and we can add emojis and change the alignment. We can also add number list or bullet points, which is very nice, and we can change the font and so on. So just feel free to write all about your blog post in here, and you can add images between, you can add embeds and so on. If you want to add an image with text, we can just click on this element and add something like this, again purple. We just go ahead and type purple. And let's just make it purple, because why not? And make it bold. So we can just, play around with the entire thing and make this blog really truly ours with all of these elements you can add. So you can see you've got plenty of elements that you can add in here. Just play around with them and it should work. So let's say we are done with this blog post. This is now complete for us. So what we would do is actually just go to pages and add the second one, which is going to be, for my sake, green, or for my, example, green, a blog post. So again, we just make sure we change the banner image to something more related, and we add our elements like text box and so on. So you get the idea. So with that being done, we will just go ahead and actually you can see from the navigation bar, we don't want that. So let me just go ahead and click on three dots and hide from navigation. So now that this is done, we can just go back to our home page and link them now. So let's actually go ahead and now link this word right here by just highlighting it and going to insert link, and it's going to give us the list of the pages. So we just link it to the blog post purple and click on apply. Same goes for read more. I'm going to do exactly the same. Let me just make sure we select it. Go insert link, purple, apply. Here same goes for green, insert link, green, apply, and read more, insert link, green, apply. Okay, so now when people actually click on these, it's actually going to take them to the blog post, which is great. So now you can see we can add more blog posts in here and so on. So that's pretty much it. It's not too difficult to use. It's very easy actually. And if you want to add a navigation bar, you can just add another page in here. For example, if you have a contact us, we can add this page, and you can see now we have our own navigation bar, and you can, customize this page fully to your liking. So this is pretty much how to create a blog for Google Sites. It's very easy, and I hope you liked this video, and thanks for watching.